Hello and welcome to Green Healing, where we discuss alternative and natural healing from abuse and CPTSD. Today I want to talk about spiritual, religious, and ritual abuse as part of the Types of Abuse series. Once again, as a little disclaimer, if you've experienced these types of abuse, since I go into a lot of detail, it might be possible that you will be triggered. Spiritual and religious abuse occur typically when you are being shamed for belief, or your spiritual or religious beliefs are being used to manipulate you. There's much more to that, but that's the gist of it. While ritual abuse takes it a step further to use someone in a ritual where they are being harmed, punished, or controlled. Spiritual and religious abuse could be caused by a cleric or an elder or faith leader who inflicts abuse, any form of abuse on congregation members. Oftentimes the religion is used to justify said abuse. The abuser can also be a parent, a teacher, or a spouse. It's important to note that anyone from any religion or any belief system can perpetuate that abuse, and anyone can become the victim of this abuse. Spiritual and religious abuse include, but are not limited to, when someone shames you, ridicules you, or insults you for your beliefs, and shames, ridicules, and insults your spiritual or religious beliefs. When you are prevented by, for example, a spouse, parent, or teacher from practicing your religious or spiritual practices and beliefs. The abuser uses the victim's beliefs to shame and manipulate them. When a partner forces the children to be raised in a faith the other has not agreed to. The abuser uses religious texts or beliefs to rationalize or even minimize abuse, other forms of abuse. Spiritual and religious abuse will leave the victim feeling ashamed for having different beliefs, and the victim will be afraid to express those beliefs or to challenge their abuser's beliefs. This is because the abuser will silence the victims when challenged and call the victim's beliefs as silly, wrong, or stupid. An abuser may also force the victim to attend religious gatherings, punish them for not abiding by certain spiritual or religious rules. Some religious cults will have ideologies that are immoral, such as one partner has supremacy over the other, children need to be beaten, the cult leader brands and rapes their victims, and so forth. And it is also part of ritual abuse. Ritual abuse is typically a group undertaking, but can also be performed with one abuser and one victim. With many types of abuse, the abuser's goal is to control their victim and or to act out their nefarious desires onto their victims. Ritual abuse also is this, but in addition, the abuser will use the victims as a sacrifice in order to gain enlightenment or spiritual favor. Ritual abuse can be to abusers symbolic. They are abiding by certain codes according to them. The abuser will make a sacrifice, not always killing their victims, but inflict pain onto them or force them to perform sexual acts that they don't wish to perform, or with people with whom they have no desire to be sexual. The extreme sacrifice is to kill the victim the abuser is sacrificing, oftentimes referred to as a blood sacrifice. It is said that satanic ritual abuse will also include animal sacrifice, molestation, and torture. Symptoms of ritual abuse, in addition to CPTSD, include extreme disassociation. Spiritual and religious symbols may trigger phobias or panic, sleep issues, chronic nightmares, mood swings, rage, flashbacks, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, addiction, eating disorders, terror, and panic. A lot of these symptoms are very similar to CPTSD symptoms. It's hard to tell if what I personally experienced was also ritual abuse or just, it's narcissistic abuse. So it's a combination of a bunch, which I'll get into later on. I hope this episode of Green Healing has helped you. Like it if it has. Share with anyone you think whom it might benefit. And as always, empower yourself and be emotionally free.